Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the March 11th City Council meeting. Please rise to salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call of the members. Councilor Argenzio.
Here.
Here. Councilor Janino.
Here.
Here. Councilor Guarino Sawaya.
Here.
Here. Councilor Haas.
Here.
Here. Councilor Jaramillo is absent. Councilor Kelly.
Here.
Here. Councilor McKenna.
Here.
Here. Councilor Novoselsky.
Here.
Here. Councilor Silvestri.
Here.
Here. Councilor Zambudo.
Here.
Here. And Council President Cogliandro.
Here.
Here. Quorum is present. Approval of the journal of the regular meeting of February 26th.
So move.
Accepted. Madam Clerk, if I may, everyone, I'd like to take a moment of silence. The city of Revere lost an employee. Her name was Elizabeth Curtis. She was a parking control officer. She was again, she worked for the school department. I know she was a very close friend of Councilor McKenna. So please join me in a moment of silence.
Calendar item number 3, motion presented by Councilor Guarino Sawaya that the City Council award a certificate of commendation to Officer Peachy Chom and Officer Keenan Rezick in recognition of their quick-thinking actions to track down an individual involved in a financial scam aimed at senior citizens and return thousands of dollars in stolen money to a local couple.
Right here. The certificate of commendation, in acknowledgement of his exceptional diligence, dedication, and commitment to upholding the law and protecting the community by returning thousands of dollars lost in a financial scam to a Revere family through meticulous investigative techniques, unwavering perseverance, and teamwork. Special recognition is hereby accorded to Officer Peachy Chom, Revere Police Department. This certificate of commendation is presented by the City Council of the City of Revere, Massachusetts, on behalf of its citizens this 11th day of March in the year of our Lord, 2024, and of the independence of the United States of America, the 247th. Thank you. And this commendation, in acknowledgement of his exceptional diligence, dedication, and commitment to upholding the law and protecting the community by returning thousands of dollars in a financial scam to a Revere family through meticulous investigative techniques, unwavering perseverance, and teamwork. Special recognition is hereby accorded to Officer Keenan Rezick, the Revere Police Department. This certificate of commendation is presented by the City Council of the City of Revere, Massachusetts, on behalf of its citizens this 11th day of March in the year of our Lord, 2024, and of the independence of the United States of America, the 247th. Officer. Anthony.
Calendar item number 4, motion presented by Council President Cogliandro, that the City Council awards certificates of commendation to the middle school girls basketball team and their coach for winning this year's GBL championship with an undefeated record of 12-0.
To my colleagues that are very concerned about my positioning for this, I would prefer to speak to you than stand next to you because this is your night. And, you know, I usually like to write something, but I just found it so great that there was an article in the Revere Journal written by none other than your coach. And I want to read that out loud today. I want to read that for everyone. Headline is Undefeated Revere Middle School Girls Basketball Wins GBL Championship by Melissa Randall. The Revere Middle School Lady Pats came away with an impressive 28-17 win over Medford on Wednesday to become the GBL champions. The win capped off an undefeated season and playoff run of 12-0. In front of a packed crowd at the Susan B. Anthony Gymnasium, including Mayor Patrick Keefe, the team jumped out to an early lead. However, the Medford girls came barreling back. At one point, Medford went ahead by a point. However, the Lady Patriots would not be denied a victory or the championship trophy. The team was led by co-captains Allison Oliveira and Rebecca Mercado, both 8th graders from Rumney Marsh Academy and third-year players for the Lady Pats. Both girls will be attending Revere High School next year. Along with Oliveira and Mercado, the team also included returners and 8th graders Valentina Cruz and Andrea Basta. Also 7th grader Addison Ulwick. Cruz will also attend Revere High School next year, and Basta will be attending St. Mary's in Lynn on a full scholarship as a Garrity Scholar. Yeah. Three talented 6th graders joined the team this year, including Alana Trinidad from Rumney Marsh and Sophia Correa, Muriel, and Mariana Lopez Marin from Garfield. Pardon me, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'm old. They will also be returning next year, leaving the team with a solid foundation. The Lady Pats also have several newcomers rounding out the roster, including first-time players, 8th graders Valerie Hurtado, Sharon Oliva Folgar, and 7th graders Siobhan Zierton and Isabella Guerrero, also Yasmin Kamas. The Lady Pats were recognized at halftime by the Revere High School Lady Pats during their senior night on Thursday and played in a team scrimmage. How did that go, by the way? Oh, don't just tell me good. What was the score? You don't even, they don't keep score. All right, so you guys won. We'll just go with that. Got it, okay. And they are coached by Melissa Moore Randall, who is also the middle school cross-country coach and a 3rd grade teacher at the Wayland School. I said she was the author. Feel free to step on up. No, I'm just kidding. Undefeated, guys. This seems to be a trend in our city. We just had a team go, 20-0? Now we have another team go 12-0. It takes so much. The longer you go through the season without a loss, that pressure really stacks on, and you start wondering if you can actually finish the season out undefeated. But you guys did it. You went all the way to the end. And my advice to you is always this: once you're a champion, You have to be a champion again, and you are all capable. So good luck to all of you. I'm going to step around the ropes now and make my colleagues a little more comfortable, and I'm going to read the citation to you. One moment, please. Certificates of commendation in acknowledgement of your extraordinary athletic achievement by going undefeated with a 12-0 record and winning the 2023 to 2024 Greater Boston League Girls Middle School Basketball Championship, accomplished through perseverance, teamwork, and discipline. Special recognition is hereby accorded to Yasmin Kamas. Alana Trinidad. Isabella Guerrero. Andrea Basta. Addison Ulwick. Sophia Correa Muriel. Allison Oliveira. Mariana Lopez Marin. Sharon Folger. Rebecca Mercado. Valerie Hurtado. Siobhan Zierton. Valentina Cruz. And Coach Melissa Moore Randall. Congratulations, everyone. I'll stay right here.
Welcome, my view. Holy kid.
Next up is the zoning subcommittee report.
Chairman Zambuto.
Thank you, Mr. President. As we know, the zoning subcommittee met last week, and on item 24082, Jewel Said 55 Berkshire Street, Swampscott, Mass., requesting a special permit from the Revere City Council to reconstruct and expand an existing non-conforming structure by raising the existing structure and constructing a 5-story boutique hotel containing approximately 104 rooms and 32 parking spaces at 185 Squire Road, Revere, Mass. This was voted out favorably from the subcommittee, and I would ask for a roll call vote with the amendments that the clerk will add. Conditions, I apologize. Did I say amendments? Commission. Okay. Nobody's perfect.
Are there any counselors that have any questions in regards to this? Since we've changed the rules, not everyone's had an opportunity to speak, so. Seeing and hearing none, roll call.
Shall the City Council grant the relief requested, subject to the conditions of site plan review? Counselor Argenzio?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Janino?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Guarino Sawaya?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Haas?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Jaramillo is absent. Counselor Kelly?
No.
No. Counselor McKenna?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Novoselsky?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Silvestri?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Zambudo?
Yes.
Yes. And Council President Cogliandro?
Yes.
Yes, the special permit has been granted.
Mr. President, suspension of rules, hoping reconsideration does not come.
On suspension of rules, all in favor, all opposed? So ordered. Suspension of rules granted.
Move that reconsideration not be considered.
On the reconsideration, all in favor, all opposed? So ordered. Back to normal, regular order of business.
Next up is the Legislative Affairs Subcommittee report.
Chairman Argenzio.
Thank you, Mr. President. There were several items before us tonight. We met at 5 o'clock. The first item, 24-017, an ordinance establishing a stabilization fund for drainage, stormwater, and culvert projects. We looked upon this favorably with an amendment to reduce the amount from 20% to 10%. That amendment passed, and if we could have sent this out for a roll call, and we look upon it favorably.
Are there any other city councilors wishing to speak on this issue? Seeing and hearing none, Madam Clerk, call the roll. As amended. Ordered on a second reading as amended. All in favor, all opposed?
Aye.
Ordered on a third and final reading as amended. All in favor, all opposed?
Aye.
Roll call for engrossment and ordainment.
Shall the City Council approve an ordinance establishing a stabilization fund for drainage, stormwater, and culvert projects as amended? Counselor Argenzio?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Janino?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Guarino Sawaya?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Haas?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Jaramillo is absent. Counselor Kelly?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor McKenna? Yes. Counselor Novoselsky?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Silvestri?
No.
No. Counselor Zambudo?
Yes.
Yes. And Council President Cogliandro?
Yes.
Yes, the ordinance has been engrossed and ordained.
The second item before us, 24-057, we had some spirited debate on this, and certain elements of this motion were looked favorably upon, but we've decided to place this on file till we can work on this a little bit more and clear up some confusion.
Counselor, I think we're going to leave it in committee. We don't want to.
Excuse me, leave it in committee. Thank you.
Are there any other counselors wishing to speak on the matter? Seeing and hearing none, this will be tabled until the next Legislative Affairs meeting.
Next item was 24-058, a motion presented by Councilor Zambudo The City Council approved the special legislation and act relative to the filling of vacancies in the office of mayor. We discussed this, and we've looked upon this favorably, and I ask that a roll call be taken to look on this favorably.
I believe this was amended,
There was an amendment, yes.
so we'll have to, as amended on the motion. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Shall the city council approve an act relative to filling the vacancies in the office of mayor of the city of Revere as amended? Counselor Argenzio?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Janino?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Guarino Sawaya?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Haas?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Jaramillo is absent. Counselor Kelly?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor McKenna? Yes. Yes. Counselor Novoselsky?
No.
No. Counselor Silvestri?
No.
No. Counselor Zambudo?
Yes.
Yes. And Council President Cogliandro?
Yes.
Yes, the special legislation has been approved.
The final matter before us, 24-093, we did place this on file. A opinion was sought from City Solicitor Paul Capizzi, and it pretty much cleared this up as far as how subcommittees are run, and we've placed this on file based on Paul Capizzi's rendering of his decision.
Place on file.
Communications, calendar item number 10, communication from the mayor relative to the appointment of Viviana Catano to the Board of Health.
Refer to appointments.
Calendar item number 11, communication from the mayor relative to the appointment of Bernardo Sepulveda to the Conservation Commission.
Refer to appointments.
Calendar item number 12, communication from the mayor relative to the appointment of Dr. Craig Costanza to the Planning Board.
Appointments.
Calendar item number 13, communication from the city auditor requesting an appropriation from the Cable Access Receipt Reserve Fund for the purpose of paying Revere TV's quarterly invoice.
Good evening, sir. Name and address for the record, please.
Good evening, Richard Viskey, 281 Broadway, City CFO. This is the quarterly payment that we get from the cable companies that we have to vote to the receipt reserve appropriation account for the Revere TV operations. So just a quarterly perfunctory appropriation. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Any councilors?
Roll call.
Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Shall the city council approve an appropriation from the Cable Access Receipt Reserve Fund in the amount of $104,396.89 for the purpose of paying Revere TV's quarterly invoice? Counselor Argenzio?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Janino?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Guarino Sawaya?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Haas?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Jaramillo is absent. Counselor Kelly?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor McKenna?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Novoselsky?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Silvestri?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Zambudo?
Yes.
Yes. And Council President Cogliandro?
Yes.
Yes, the appropriation has been approved. Calendar item number 14, communication from the city auditor requesting an appropriation in the amount necessary to fund the Unit A and Unit B memorandum of agreements covering the period of July 1 of '24 through June 30th of '25.
Good evening, sir. Name and
Good
address.
evening, Richard Viskey, 281 Broadway, City CFO, City Auditor. What you have before you are memorandums of agreement that have been agreed upon between the city and the union, Local 22, which represents our management union, which is also known as Unit A, and our hourly employees, known as Unit B. It is a one-year contract with the hope to do a deeper dive into a 3-year contract down the road. It offers a 3% cost of living adjustment, as well as for Unit A, there are some positions that are being added and removed. Happy to answer any questions on the agreement. It was pretty simplified, just in order to get a one-year deal and talk more deeper about bigger issues as the mayor gets his feet on the room. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Councilor Zambudo?
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. CFO, normally we have like 3-year contracts, don't we?
Yes, you're correct. There's a lot for the new mayor to.
Okay, I was just curious as to why there was a one-year.
Several unions that came before us to ask if we were willing to negotiate a one-year deal just to
To get
take
his
care of
feet-
COLAs and
Yeah, okay.
there's a lot of language stuff that we're going to get into, but
Right. I
we
just-
thought this would be good just so we can have some real numbers going into
Okay,
budget
I
season.
just thought it was odd, but,
No, you're correct. It's typically a
Okay.
3-year deal, though.
no,
for
that's
sure.
fine. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Counselor Argenzio.
Mr. Viskey, could you please explain the .775% per PEC agreement? Could you explain what the PEC agreement is?
Certainly, Counselor. The PEC, the PAC agreement, Public Employee Committee, is the organization that negotiates health insurance benefits with the administration. It's typically made up of every union president as well as a representative of the retirement community, and they negotiate with the city on plan design, co-pays, contribution splits, et cetera. We had negotiated a deal 2.5 years ago that basically left the health insurance plans unaffected, with the agreement that on the last day of the contracts, which is June 30th of this year, we will be changing contribution rates on the HMO plans from 80% city and 20% employee to 77.5% city, 22.5% employee. That change comes along with that .75 raise on the base pay. So that will be in addition to the 3% that's negotiated, so which makes it 3.75% in total.
Thank you very much. In speaking with a couple of the employees, I don't think a lot of people know their health care contribution is going up in June. Maybe some little bit more information out to the employees.
Yeah, we can certainly remind them of that. Again, we did negotiate with every union president, which I imagine they passed it along, but that was several years ago, so I'm happy to work with HR to give everybody a reminder on those contribution splits.
Okay, and one other question. On the Unit A, this is the classification and compensation schedule has been modified with salary ranges that have been adjusted per the results of a salary survey. So does that mean that certain members of Unit A would get a larger than 3.75 due to a disparity with other cities and towns with their positions?
Yeah, and that would be part of the budget process, but there were several that, I believe 3 in particular, that fell above what we thought was the average range of the comp communities, which we used Chelsea, Everett, Salem, Malden, and Medford as our comp. So you may have recalled that we did get an appropriation to do salary surveys for all the unions, and the results of that was completed and negotiated as part of the settlement.
Okay. You said fell above. Does that mean they'll be reduced or fell below?
I'm sorry, I might have misspoke. They fell below.
Below,
the average.
okay.
My apologies. Thank you.
And is that being done with the
That'll all be part of-
clerks and the administrators, and is that salary survey also happening for them at some point?
The Unit B contract is a little more complicated because it ranges from nurses to clerks to parking to inspectors. So we are in the process of doing that, as well as police and fire and DPW.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Counselor. Any other counselors wishing to speak? Counselor Hess.
Rich, thanks for being here. I just had a quick question regarding the salary survey. What's the length of that? How long does that take? I know you said you have to do fire, police, nurses. How long does that typically take to have everyone in the city, a survey completed for every single city employee to make sure where we're supposed to be?
I mean, I've been working on it for probably a month now. Like, each union has its own challenges. The police and fire in particular have complicated collective bargaining. So what we did is we requested each collective bargaining agreement for those cities that I just indicated. So we're reading through those because it's not just the salary. We want to look at the total compensation, whether it's stipends, whether it's longevity, education payments, as well as the benefits themselves, because like Councilor Argenzio just said, we are in the end of our PEC agreement, which is also another negotiation. So we just want to make sure we're on par with everybody with regard to health plans, contribution splits, what types of co-pays, all that stuff. We really want to try to have good current data for the fiscal year 2025 budget process. But to answer your question, we hope to have everything complete so that it'll be part of the budget presented to you in May.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Novoselsky.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Viskey, on number 4, Article 1, recognitions, you're removing some position titles, is that correct?
We're removing the positions completely. We've added positions and we removed them. So basically, part of this was a bit of a cleanup of the listed positions covered in that bargaining unit.
On the Class 4 water distribution position, that works with MWRA?
Yeah, we have management people that have those qualifications now, so it's embedded in their job descriptions.
And there's nobody in line now that had that position did they get promotions?
We have 2 people right now that have that Class 4 water distribution license, so we don't need it in the union anymore. It's part of the.
So they were moved into management?
We're required to have a level 4 water
right.
licensed person. We have 2 of them right now, so that position is no longer needed because it's in a management position, yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, we're going to take 2 separate roll calls on this, one for Unit A and one for Unit B. Madam Clerk, whenever you're ready. Thank you.
Shall the City Council approve the appropriation necessary to fund the Unit A Memorandum of Agreement covering the period of July 1 of '24 through June 30th of '25? Counselor Argenzio?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Janino?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Guarino Sawaya?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Haas?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Jaramillo is absent. Counselor Kelly?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor McKenna?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Novoselsky?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Silvestri?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Zambudo?
Yes.
Yes. And Council President Cogliandro?
Yes.
Yes, the appropriation has been approved. And shall the City Council approve the appropriation necessary to fund the Unit B Memorandum of Agreement covering the period of July 1 of '24 through June 30th of '25? Counselor Argenzio?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Janino?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Guarino Sawaya?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Haas?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Jaramillo is absent. Counselor Kelly?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor McKenna?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Novoselsky?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Silvestri?
Yes.
Yes. Counselor Zambudo?
Yes.
Yes. And Council President Cogliandro?
Yes.
Yes, the appropriation has been approved. Next up is motions. Calendar item number 15, motion presented by Councilor Novoselsky, that the mayor request National Grid to increase the wattage from 25 LED to 48 LED on pole number 2858 at 1 or Square in the interest of public safety.
Counselor Novoselsky.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is self-explanatory. Thank you.
All in favor? All opposed? So ordered.
Calendar item number 16, motion presented by Councilors McKenna and Guarino Sawaya, that the mayor request the Traffic Commission to install traffic calming measures on Winthrop Avenue at the Senior Center to include a speed hump and flashing speed sign near the crosswalk. The existing crosswalk and small sign is not enough to deter speeding motorists. This is a matter of public safety for the seniors utilizing the Senior Center.
Counselor Guarino Sawaya.
I'd just like to add Counselor Haas to this motion as well with us. The seniors crossing on Winthrop Ave are in danger of getting hit by a car as it is heavily traveled. There's a crosswalk and a small sign there, but some cars are traveling way too fast to get to and from Broadway, so they can't stop in time for a stop sign. Seniors wouldn't have the agility to get out of the way fast enough for speeding cars if a speeding car was approaching. So I feel that a flashing elderly crossing warning sign can help to slow down the traffic in front of the senior center. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor McKenna.
Thank you. Most of the seniors, when they attend the soirees there, and, hello?
Gentlemen.
Are you discriminating against us, Mr.
We are, we're talking about seniors, so that's the truth. But when the seniors have events in the Rossetti Center, they normally use the parking lot, the central parking lot, and they cross the streets. So we do need to protect them, and I think this is a great motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Haas.
First, I'd like to thank my fellow counselors for including me in this motion. This is the second meeting in a row that we've talked about the Winthrop Ave area and specifically the senior center. And it's a tricky area. We talked about Sprague Street, people coming around. It's kind of like a blind corner. One end has the senior center, one crosswalk, one tiny sign that says seniors elderly crossing or seniors crossing. And the other end of the street is Sonny Myers Park and the Immaculate Conception Church. So this is definitely an area that I'm concerned about safety-wise, and I'd love to see something done along that stretch. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Zambuto.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a great motion. I'm not always in favor of speed bumps. This is one time I am in favor of it. And whatever we can do to make that area safer. And it is a challenge because it's got a lot of competing things going on there. So a great motion. I support it wholeheartedly. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Novoselsky.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I want to agree with everybody that spoke on this, and just so everybody is aware that last fall, I put a motion in based on complaints from the senior center and several senior citizens to put a flashing speed sign as fast as people were going. But then I noticed there's already one closer to Winthrop Ave coming down this way. So, this would just be an addition, to anything else we put up to protect our seniors. They need whatever they can get. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Giannino.
I think this is a great motion also. I also feel it's a perfect location to try to put in a raised crosswalk rather than a speed bump. And we could also put in the solar crosswalk signs. We don't have any in the city yet, but it's a good location to try to start doing it and see if it works out.
Any other counselors? Counselor Kelly.
I love this motion, but I actually love Councilor Giannino's idea about a raised crosswalk. Any measures that we can put into place to help and aid the safety of our seniors, I think, need to be acted on immediately. And I think this is another prime example as to why I would love to see a new senior center altogether in a new location. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Any other counselors? All in favor? All opposed? So ordered.
Calendar item number 17, motion presented by Council President Cogliandro, that the City Council hold a meeting in executive session with the mayor and city solicitor pursuant to Mass General Laws, Chapter 30A, Section 21A3, for the purpose of discussing the ongoing eminent domain litigation relative to the Wonderland site.
Permission to speak from the chair?
Yes.
Thank you. Nothing malicious about this motion, except the fact that we cannot discuss this other than inside of an executive session. And I just want everybody to know that this is filed so that we can have every single bit of information we can possibly have when it comes time to bonding over $500 million. And that's what this is all about. Any other councilors? Councilor Zambuto.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a great motion. It's going to be a challenge to vote this bond under all the circumstances, but without knowing what it's going to cost in the end, I certainly can't vote for it. So I appreciate this motion, and I'm looking forward to the executive session. Thank you.
Any other councilors? Councilor Kelly?
I'd just like to say I think this is a terrific motion. I'm glad that you brought the motion, full support of it. And I think the sooner the better, the more information that we can get, the sooner that we can get the information, the better our decision-making process will be when it comes time to bond the high school. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. And I just want to state, I did speak to Mayor Keefe in regards to this, and he was supportive of it. And, this is just about having a team effort. And again, as much information as we can possibly get before we have to take that vote. With that said, this is going to be referred to a committee of the whole. The date is to be determined.
Calendar item number 18, motion presented by Council President Cogliandro, that the mayor request IT and Human Resources to repair or purchase a new employee ID badge printer. It is imperative that certain employees, elected officials, and board commission members have a valid employee ID for proper identification at site visits.
It's about time we get to something serious. There are many counselors, and there are also members of the Conservation Commission and other boards and committees that either don't have an ID or their ID is expired. We need to rectify that, especially for the people who do site visits like ourselves in the Concom. They need to have valid credentials so that people are not skeptical when someone shows up around their property. So the sooner we can get that fixed, the better. Councilor Guarino-Sawaya.
I completely agree with this. When I was sworn in, this is the first thing I asked for. Actually, the city clerk came with me to Human Resources to see if we could get an ID, and this is when we realized they didn't have one, a machine working. So thank you for putting this in.
Any other councilors? All in favor, all opposed? So ordered.
Calendar item number 19, motion presented by Councilor McKenna, that the City Council submit a letter of opposition to MassDOT relative to the Bennington Street Bike Lane Reconfiguration Project. The Bennington Street project will eliminate one lane of traffic in each direction, negatively impacting the residents of Beachmont by narrowing the emergency evacuation route out of the neighborhood in nearby Winthrop, Mass. Councilor Zambudo is recused from discussion on this matter.
Councilor McKenna.
Thank you. Can Andrew put the pictures on, please? So this is Bennington Street. This was last month. This is in front of the Beachmont School. So as you can see, Bennington Street is flooded. There's 4 lanes of Bennington Street, and the lane towards the apartment buildings were passable, but not really. So this is the emergency route for the evacuation route for Beachmont, some residents in Winthrop, and for Ocean Ave. So this is when we thought of storms occurring every 100 years, they're occurring every month now. And it seems like they're occurring in Beachmont, and they're occurring in some parts of other parts of the city. We have Mass DOT that wants to eliminate lanes for an emergency, an evacuation way to get out. And it's just ridiculous because we can't do it. We just can't do it. This is Winthrop Parkway yesterday. This happened yesterday. And this is Winthrop Parkway because they shut down Short Beach. So they were going up to Crescent Ave. Crescent Ave this is the line to go up to Crescent Ave from Winthrop Parkway all the way down to Beachmont Square. So they shut the part of Short Beach down because they had flooding down in Winthrop. At the end of Short Beach, 4th ramp in Winthrop, so they shut down the beach. So this is Crescent Ave. I mean, and these people were trying to get out of Beachmont to go to Winthrop, and they couldn't. They were going down dead-end streets, not realizing that it was water, it was the marsh, and they were turning around. It was a nightmare. And I just want to, I want to show you that if we do this, it's going to be a big problem. And Mass DOT can come in and do a study, but the people that live here know what we go through every single day, and they don't know. And if this occurs, we're going to have a disaster because people are going to be stuck in their houses. They're not going to be able to get home. They're not going to be able to leave. So I'm asking the City Council if they would back me and stand tall, and I know there's a couple of other legislators that are against this and oppose the reconfiguration of Bennington Street because they have no idea. And we call them, they don't answer the phone. We ask them to come up, they don't come. So it's just this is terrible. This is terrible. So as you can see by the pictures. And I just want to say that the DPW, Bill Guanasso, and John Maniscalco from the Water Department really stepped up to the plate. They came down, they put cones so people couldn't go down the dead-end streets. I directed traffic for a whole hour and a half, and they thought I was going to get hurt, so they gave me a DPW vest. It was unbelievable. But, and I want to thank Chris Charamella, too, for coming down today and putting sandbags along, down on Belle Isle Street Ave. People lost their cars yesterday. It was ridiculous. But they put 5-foot sandbags down to stop the water from coming in. So it's just ridiculous what's going on. And I thank you for this, because I'm all upset. I get all upset every time I talk about this. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Haas.
Thank you, Mr. President. I definitely understand Counselor McKenna's concerns, especially when you're talking about taking away a lane or even part of a lane when there's flooding like that. It's going to be tough for people to get in and out, to navigate the area. I was curious, I know Counselor McKenna said we can't really get in touch with MassDOT regarding this, regarding the bike lane proposal. Is there a way we could talk to them and maybe limit what they plan on taking with the bike path, and, you know, just to make it safer for people riding their bikes and pedestrians? Could we meet with them and maybe explain to them our stance and try and work with them a little bit?
Could I have, may
Councilor
I
McKenna.
speak? Thank you. I think we asked them to come up about maybe 2 months ago. They never replied. They never, and the other thing is, we were supposed to have they had a community meeting in East Boston, but they never came to Beachmont to have a community meeting. So, I mean, they're non-responsive. They want to change everything, but they don't come and tell the people that they're going to do it. They just do it. And right now, they have like they're saying it's for the construction. They have they narrowed it down to 1 lane, but it's a test. But they're saying it's because of the construction. But it's a test to see if the people can handle it, and the people can handle it. So, thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Counselor Guarino-Sawaya.
I completely agree with Councilor McKenna. I have the same issue with Mass DOT as well, trying to get a hold of them, trying to get them to do anything. Is there any way we can get them to be held responsible? Can they be accountable to respond to us? I mean, we are sitting councilors. I mean, we represent the area that we're in.
Permission to speak from the chair. Thank you. Everyone's being real nice right now. MassDOT comes into our city, does tests, they give us data. They have come before this council before, I think it was last year, maybe the year before that once. But ultimately, they're going to do whatever they want. We could tell them every single thing that we have said here tonight. We could tell them that we are not happy, you don't live here. What are we fixing? I believe it was former Councilor Visconti that asked, what are we fixing? Okay, there's a difference between moving forward into the future and being dragged there. And that's sometimes what it feels like. We as a community, especially as a council, should have some sort of a say where we're the ones that represent this community, not them. And when they come in here and they try to make changes to streets that are state roads that go straight through our community without a real proper understanding of the way that our city works, it's just unacceptable to me. So I'm in support of the letter. I'm not optimistic that it's going to do anything. I don't know what else we can do. Councilor Kelly.
I'm in full support of the motion. I'm in full support of the letter. I think maybe something that we can do to give the letter, to hopefully give it a little bit more of an impact, is maybe a petition signed by the residents in the community or in the neighborhood, stating their opposition to this as well. Maybe that would help. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Good evening, sir. Name and address for the record, please.
Mr. President, Ed Terrell, 70 Sewell Street, Revere, Mass. I would like to remind the council that it does have subpoena power. If Mass DOT does not show up, you can subpoena them. It's rarely used by the council, but you do have that power. Thank you.
Any other councilors or members of the audience wishing to speak? What is the will of the council? All right, well, on the floor is to send a letter united as a council to MassDOT in regards to the Bennington Street issue. All in favor? All opposed? So ordered.
Thank you.
Calendar item number 20, motion presented by Council President Cogliandro that the mayor request the chief of police to direct officers to issue parking violations on days in which the parking department does not have any parking control officers on duty.
Permission to speak from the chair, please. Thank you. I filed this motion. I don't believe we have the parking department on duty on Sundays. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I want to amend this. I don't want to have the police department patrolling around for parking violations. What I would like to do is change this, that if a resident calls in to the non-emergency line in regards to a car parked illegally or any sort of parking issue, that it then be put on their to-do list for the day to go by and check the car to see if there is a violation. It seems like a lot of this happens on Sundays when there's no parking enforcement. Councilor Guarino-Sawaya.
I'm thrilled that you put in this motion, especially on a Sunday, because Ward 5 is 24/7, most of part of Ward 5, no parking, and people tend to take advantage of that on a Sunday, knowing that there is no parking clerk on duty. So thank you so much for putting in this motion. I'm wholeheartedly in agreement.
Any other councilors wishing to speak? On the motion as amended, all in favor, all opposed? So ordered.
Calendar item number 21, motion presented by Councilor Guarino-Sawaya that the mayor request the Traffic Commission to approve the installation of a flashing crosswalk sign at 308 Revere Street in the interest of public safety.
Councilor Guarino-Sawaya.
Okay, there's a crosswalk at 308 Revere Street in front of the Hacienda Restaurant, but it's simply not enough. Revere Street's a highly traveled area, and cars are coming in and out of that parking lot that's across the street from the Hacienda, and people are also trying to park on that side where the convenience store is. So what's happening is people are trying to cross where that crosswalk is, and cars are coming in and out of that parking lot, and cars are flying down Revere Street because that's just what they do, and they don't stop for the pedestrians. It's in the best interest of public safety that a flashing crosswalk light will hopefully stop the traffic when they press the button and allow pedestrians to cross safely. So that's what I'm asking for. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. Any other councilors? Councilor Silvestri.
I'm not sure, but would this possibly have to go through traffic to see if we can put a...
It should be going through traffic, absolutely. It's in the motion that it's going to go to traffic. Any other councilors? All in favor? All opposed? So ordered. There's no further business. Thank you all for your attendance this evening. Everybody have a great night. Meeting is adjourned.